Hello everyone, Vickieverlie here, the Rock and Roll Prophetess. Today we're going to take a look at your May Taroscope. We're going to be looking at a little bit of astrology because there's quite a bit. The decks we're going to be using today is my Rock and Roll Tarot deck, 3rd edition. And then we're going to pull out the good old Hanson Roberts deck. And then we're also going to pull a card from my Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards. And as always, we're going to pull lots from the Lots of Love, the Lots of Answers, and the Lots of Proverbs. Well, I want to run over a little bit of the astrology for everybody. We may touch on it more when we get to your sign, but there's a lot going on for this month. First of all, we're kicking off the month on the 5th with the lunar eclipse in the sign of Scorpio. So this is going to be the last of the Scorpio eclipses for another 18-19 years. It's a lunar eclipse. It's things coming to culmination. But it's not only things coming to culmination over the last month or so, it's going to be things coming to culmination over the last couple of years while the nodes have been in Scorpio. On the 15th, we've got Mercury turning direct, coming out of its retrograde at 5 degrees. It's going to stop dead on 5 degrees station. And that's the eclipse. 5 degrees of Taurus is where it's going to stop. And then so there's going to be another lunar eclipse, the last Taurus eclipse in late October, October 23rd. We're going to have an eclipse at this exact point where Mercury starts going direct here on the 15th. So things going on around this date may not come to full fruition, or there could be some tie-in to this late October time frame. Here's another big shift, another big event that's happening on the 16th. We're going to have Jupiter move into Taurus. This is a once every 12-year cycle. Jupiter is the planet of luck, good fortune, abundance, good stuff. It's coming into Taurus. A lot of action in Taurus here. The other years that Jupiter was in Taurus that you may want to think back on was 2012, 2000, 1988, 1976, 1952, 1940, and so on and so on. It goes with 12 years. But think back to these years, particularly the 2012. That was the last time it was there. What happened in your life? What was lucky? What area of your life was abundant? Because this cycle is coming around again, and you could experience good luck, good fortune, and abundance. I mean, you can get a reading from me if we want to look at it specifically in your chart, but you can do this on your own. And also, if you're born in any of these years, you're having a Jupiter return, which is also really lucky, considered a very lucky time frame. Okay, so right away in 16, we got 15th, 16th, 17th of the month. We've got a Jupiter square Pluto at 0 degrees. Now, this Jupiter square Pluto at the 0 degree of Taurus and Aquarius, this is going back to just last month on that eclipse. We had a new moon eclipse at this right at this point. So this could also be talking about April 20th, new moon eclipse we had. The 17th could be a tie-in, or the guides are coming through with even a payoff of something that was started here all the way back on the 20th of April, so like a month earlier. Next astrology thing, big astrology thing, we're going to have our new moon in Taurus, so more Taurus energy at 28, 25 Taurus. That's almost at this 29 Taurus, which is the point of losing your head. So I made a note, don't lose your head, because it was in the olden days when they used to behead people. People who have this degree in their chart would often end up at the guillotine. It was this lose your head thing. So a lot of astrology, we're going to talk about it individually a little bit, but if you want to go and dive into it more, I am opening up for another astrology reading. My annual solstice reading was the featured reading this month. And that is like a midway checkpoint of the year, coming through halfway mark of the year. It'll include all this stuff. That there's been much that's happened since the Aries Ingress. You know, I only offer these quarterly. And I think in the fall I'm not going to offer the autumnal equinox in October. I'm going to offer an eclipse reading, not astrology-wise. But I am offering this I was going to say mid-month, but it is a mid-year update. So if you're interested in that, check it out. As always, I am Vickieverlie. Do not be fooled by imposters. vickieverlie.com is the only way to contact me for any information on readings or anything else that you have to do with my business and what I'm putting out into the universe. Okay. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, I'm posting a lot of my art there, and I am Vickieverlie on Instagram, and then I also have Spirits in the Mist spelled M-Y-S-T, and that is my smoke art that's going to be a deck. Hello in the Northern Hemisphere. I've got some beautiful blooms for my garden here, brightening up our little stage area. And we're going to dive right in with the sign of Aries. And this card flipped out first. And then we're going to do this, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do this. That's the first three cards for Aries. You know, Aries, astrology-wise, Jupiter has been in your sign just for a hot minute, though. It's like booked on through there. So, but before it leaves on the 16th, you know, the first half of the month of May, usually Jupiter is going to bring you some kind of luck, some kind of a gift on its way out. So many of you may be having some sort of gift from the planet Jupiter before it leaves your sign for another 12 years. Okay, let's get our stuff together. Boy, the top row is really rocking. I mean, this card did fly right out, and this is the Six of Rods. This is triumph and victory. This is like being seen by your peers, I want to say. The peers, there's people, you can hardly see them, but there are people in the background. Like being acknowledged by your peers. Some of you, maybe you're going to some kind of a graduation. You know, there's lots of graduations in the month of May. But for most, I feel like it's just like you got, it feels like it was after a lot of pressure too. I'm getting like you're really under pressure in some way. And then all of a sudden, bam, you get it done, you get the count, you get the gig, you get the money, the new beginning in money is here. And there is this watery energy showing up. So the watery energy represents Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. And again, right away on the 5th, we're going to have that lunar eclipse in Scorpio, so this could be signifying that time frame. This could also just be signifying a water sign person, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. But positive. Part of this new beginning in money that you're forging forward. You may have, this kind of looks like you're saying goodbye to the old. There seems to be like, there is some earth energy, and like I just got through talking about in the intro, you know, there's so much earth energy going on with all this Taurus stuff. So this guy really feels Taurian to me with his crops behind him and everything. So could be an earth sign person, a Taurus, a Capricorn, or Virgo, but it also could be this time frame we're in. This looks like we're coming to an end. I think many of you are going to be changing jobs or changing careers or changing some kind of, this is a long-standing relationship that you've been in bondage to, but the bondage part doesn't feel like it's such a drudgery or so negative or so strong. It feels like, yeah, I've worked this job, it may be 15 to 20 years for some of you, or maybe you've lived in this neighborhood or this house for 15 to 20 years. And this talks about, you know, this time frame, this cycle of bondage is ending, and this is always a card of you're free to move on to the next. And I always look at what the horn is pointing at, right, to see what's coming next. And the horn is pointing up here, which is an empty space, but it's where you're leading, where this is all leading to up here. I feel like this is, you know, like the future is yours. You know, another thing that's going to be happening, not this month, but soon, is that this is, because this card often reminds me of a nodal cycle. The nodes will be coming out of Taurus and Scorpio and moving into your sign, and you're going to start having eclipses in your sign too. So this is this cycle ending too. So it is that cycle. The nodes are very karmic, but in your case it seems it's like on to bigger and better things, you know, on to the next phase, happily on to the next phase. That's what it's really looking like. All right, let's get our animal totem for our, I was going to say Libra friends, but of course Libra is your opposite sign. So some of you may be dealing with some Libra energy, but we're talking about Aries, of course. Animal totem for May of the fox. Well, you know, that's that whole thing of, you know, the fox energy is a trickster energy. You know, sly like the fox, crazy like the fox. Crazy like a fox, if you've never heard that expression, it's like, yeah, they're crazy. Crazy like a fox means, yeah, they're acting like they don't know what's going on, but really there's some underlying you know, stuff. And it's interesting too, because that can be, you know, something that could be the underlying things that have been hidden or going on behind the scenes, or even behind your back in some cases. These kind of things could be revealed on this Scorpio eclipse for sure, because Scorpio gets in there and digs that stuff out That's exactly the realm of Scorpio, digging up that dirt, exposing those truths, exposing those lies. So that there's a real strong vibe to that. But Fox is also, I get the feeling for some of you, this is some kind of romantic relationship thing coming. Because, you know, the Knight of Cups, no gender in these readings, but the Cups is that loving cup. So it could be, maybe you'll meet somebody new at the new job, or maybe just things are just happening simultaneously. Things are popping at the new job, and your romance is blooming, you know, like the beautiful flowers here. But let me go ahead and read what I wrote on the Fox. I'm going to have to get my stronger glasses on. I forgot to do that before we started. Here we go. Sly, sexy, charming, shapeshifter, elevated sense of smell, acute hearing, mediumship, camouflage, retreat, insulate, survive. Keep to yourself until you know who to trust. Well, I get the feeling this keep to yourself till you know who to trust. You know, if you haven't found out yet about the job or whatever this new thing is, you know, just mum's the word. Let's not go blabbing it everywhere, because even your best friends, a lot of times they just, you know, even if they want to be happy for you, the guys are using a modicum of jealousy. Like look at a little bit, like a little hint, a little iota. All right, let's get you lots of love. I'm going to put it over here by where those potential love cards are. Engaged. Well, some of you maybe have been dating a long time. You could be getting engaged. Or somebody else could be getting engaged. Now, this is also wedding season, you know. It's springtime here. Okay, let's go ahead and get your yes, no, maybe from the lots of I'm losing my ring in there. Wait a minute. Take that off. I don't want it lost. The ring wants to... Oh, isn't that weird? Engaged and then the ring wants to come off. I'll take it as it resonates. And then your answer, excuse me, your answer is easily. Let me get a drink of water before we do the last one. Okay, then the last one is your proverb. This is just your little bit of wisdom, little bit of advice going forward for Aries. Let me get my cough drop, sorry. It says, a bird in hand is worth two in the bush. Yeah, that's what I was getting with this. Keep to yourself till you know how to trust. Well, you know, bird in hand would say, like, stay at the old job, you know, because it's steady and stable, you know, is worth is better than some pipe dream. That's kind of the meaning of that parable. But what I'm getting is, like, just hold off. I know, even if you're excited about it, I think this kind of confirms what I was getting with the Fox energy of, like, just kind of hold off. Even if you are really excited about it and you really, you know, you can't wait to, you can see it, the writing's on the wall, they're saying you're going to get the gig, you're going to get this opportunity, or something you're developing is really going to take off, you know. They keep saying mum's the word, mum's the word. So mum's the word until you actually have it in hand. That's what I'm getting, when the bird's in the hand. When you actually have the signed contract, or, you know, you're starting, you definitely have confirmation that it's for real. Then go ahead and tell people. But, you know, you are ending this big cycle, coming up in a nodal return. Reflect back on those years. Let's see when those years would have been for you, when the nodes would have been in your sign. That's not quite yet, but we're coming up real close to it. And this is my card of these nodal cycles. So the last time was really 2005 and 2006. End of December 2004 through June of 2006. Could be some opportunity cycling back around from then. And then before that would have been April of 86 through December of 87. And then before that would have been 67 to 69. If you guys are born again and you're born in those years, this could be your nodal return, which is a really powerful thing. And that would be something I could look up in the astrology, the solstice reading. I would definitely, we'll talk about that. If you're having a nodal return, that'll come up in the solstice reading for you. But anyways, so it's looking pretty good, Aries. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and gather up these cards, and then we're going to move on to our next sign, which is going to be our Taurus. And boy, Taurus, do we have a lot to talk about, because everything is, I was going to say everything's happening in your sign, and now I'm hearing, everything's coming up roses. Is that like Ethel Merman or somebody? Wow. That's way outside of the realm of my musical taste, although I've heard it, you know, and Ethel Merman, boy, she could really belt it out. Oh my gosh, you know, I don't know if you can see. These just opened up. They were all pretty much closed when I picked them. before I started the reading, and they've all just opened up. I'll have to watch the tape and see when they opened up. If they're opening up simultaneously while we're, I mean, it had to have been happening while we were doing it. I just looked over and like, wow, those things are huge. They were just little budlets. And they just bloomed open. Well, I mean, you're blooming open. If anybody's blooming open, it's going to be you guys. Where do we begin? So you didn't have the eclipse in your sign, but eclipses are going to be coming in your sign. On the 15th, Mercury's stopping at 5 degrees on your in your sign, where your last eclipse will be in the fall. So this is connected to that last eclipse for everybody, but none so much as you guys, because it's really there. Biggest news is that Jupiter going in your sign. You can rewind the tape to beginning to go over all the years. I don't want to have to repeat it here necessarily, or if you can read that, probably not, but super lucky, super fortunate, major abundance, the great benefic, lucky cycles. It's really, it can be really beneficial to think back to these other years, though, because that can give you kind of a clue or an idea of what events did happen on those last times, because something similar could be coming around. Same card from Aries. Not the same thing necessarily, and probably not the same thing, but yeah, something similar could be happening. I want to snap a picture of these blooms. I'm just so shocked by this. Real quick, sorry, Taurus. When I'm doing this, what happened to me, it's like somebody might want to stop you and take a picture of you. Or there may be maybe you'll have a picture on social media or something that'll like go viral or something like that. I'm taking pictures in your reading, sorry, but I just want to capture this moment. I mean, this is just shocking. Okay, that's good enough. Thanks for your patience, Taurus. Yeah, these flowers are really grabbing me, and it reminds me of you too, because in the Northern Hemisphere where I live, when I pick these flowers, this is during the month of May. This is when the spring is popping everywhere. The flowers, the April showers bring May flowers, right? I think that's another parable that could really apply to you. Yeah, but Jupiter coming in your sign, super, super lucky. Then you're going to have the 17th, the Jupiter in your sign is going to square Pluto. That's a game changer. The guy just came through it. That's like a game changer. That's a major, major shift. Pluto, it's going to be huge money, but huge, even the square. It reminds me of how the guys were coming through with, I talked about it in the chart reading, about how they're coming through with, they're going through these sharp turns. And because there's such an emphasis and concentration of energy in your sign, I mean, if anybody's going to be going through changes, it's you and Scorpio, big time. All right, we've got a beautiful spread here. Okay, so here the very first card out was the wish card. That's beautiful energy. That's a big yes, and that's Jupiter vibe. I mean, it's like, yeah, the wish is coming true. You can get what you want. And it's when you have 9 of Cups and 7 of Cups, I really love that. It's just totally magical. The 7 of Cups is the bigger dream. The wish card's just like, hey, am I going to get this one thing? Is this going to happen? Yes or no? Yes. The 7 of Cups encompasses oh so much more. The 7 of Cups is all the dreams. It's the many facets of, it's the visualization of the bigger picture of your life. I mean, you've got this portal. This is definitely a portal where you could make huge, big leaps and changes in your life. The Knight of Cups is here, going to be a part of it. This dream is encompassing other people, and this Knight of Cups is one of these people. Water sign energy, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. There's going to be a lunar eclipse right off the bat on the 5th here in the sign of Scorpio. That is the water sign energy. That is your opposite sign, your eclipse partner, your wheel partner on the wheel. Your natural partner, your opposition though too. But at any rate, water energy, favorable, positive. Definitely can be the card of romance. We've got all these, these cups are the loving cups, especially when you've got this 2 of Cups down here. This is the soulmate card. So your wish is coming true regarding the soulmate on whatever level. For some of you, it could be a baby, because I use this card a lot to mean a child who's still in utero, or just even not in utero, still in spirit. The spirit child within it. What is that? it's some song. Oh, it's Black Pumas, Mr. Postman. I love the Black Pumas. If you like, get beyond their one hit there. Their whole album is killer. Yeah, it's off of The Spirit Child Within It. I don't even know if I'm saying the right lyrics, but yeah, this is, well, Mr. Postman, I mean, we don't get a lot of stuff in the mail anymore, but maybe something's coming in the mail. But this could be a soulmate in the form of a child that's going to come to you. If you've been trying to get pregnant, this could or somebody you love, maybe a grandchild or something. This can also be if you've been wanting to get a message from somebody who's not a child in spirit, but just somebody in spirit. You could definitely, if somebody's passed away and you've been praying, please send me a message, please send me a message. I want to have a dream about you. I want to hear. And the message might not come in a real abrupt way or a real obvious way. The message can be I just heard in the form of a song, but I was going to say in the form of a flower or in the form of any little thing. You're seeing something that reminds you of that person. That can be, the messages of it can be very subtle. But if you're looking for love, it's around. And, I don't do any gender in these readings because we're reading for so many people, but we've got the water sign energy. We've also got the air sign energy. And air sign energy is Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Oh, I didn't even write when the sun, I had so much astrology, I didn't even write down when the sun is going to go into Gemini. So I'm going to look that up really quickly here for a month of May. Because this could be for you the time when the sun does go into Gemini, definitely. Let's see here. That is going to be on the 21st. Yeah, so the 21st. I need to jot that down somewhere. Let me just make a quick note. Sorry. Taurus, the sun goes into Gemini on the 21st, yeah. I'm going to do it again over here in Gemini's thing. Yeah, so could be after the 21st when this whole soulmate energy kicks in big time here. But even after the sun goes into Gemini, you still have all this stuff in, you still have the Jupiter in your sign for an entire year. I mean, the ball is really in your court. Also, the nodes are slowing down and coming out of your sign, so they're getting into their most powerful phase. So really positive vibes for you. I mean, they just said you're in the winner's circle. Dig that, right? Yeah. So spotlight is on you. It's so weird that I decided to break out. I would never do. I probably would edit it out, but I think it needed to be in there. They're getting bigger and bigger. I mean, maybe they always do that. I mean, look how huge they are. What the hell? That's you. That's Jupiter energy, man. But I feel like taking the picture was really part of it. I do feel like that's really important. Like I said, somebody might be wanting to take your picture, or maybe a picture that you take, takes off on social media or something like that. Okay, let's go ahead and get animal totem. The pig, that is abundant. Everybody's like, pig, no. Pig is totally rocking. Pig is major abundance. It's, it is the Chinese astrology, it's major abundance, it's good luck, good fortune. In the Hawaiian culture, it's considered good luck and good fortune. Piggy banks, you put your money in the piggy bank so it'll grow. I know Tauruses can like that idea, their money growing. Let me read what I initially wrote. Tenacious, steadfast, bold, independent, bringer of luck, prosperity, and wealth. Jupiter, luck, prosperity, and wealth. Feast and celebration and gratitude. Prolific creation, a time of great fertility. Yeah, you guys could be, because I know that many Tauruses, I know that you're very creative, and many of you could just be pouring in, the creativity could just be pouring out of you at this time. Okay, since we got all this love energy, let's see what the lots of love have to say for you. Outgoing. So that could be a message to you to be more outgoing, perhaps. Or maybe the person that you meet is going to be really outgoing. If that's on your dream list up here, the Seven of Cups energy. Okay, this is your yes, no, maybe. Lots of answers. You got the possibly. So, possible. And then last but not least, your lots of prophecies. I made the dang things and I can't even think of the name of them. Proverbs. Here we go. Oh, I pulled the same one. It says never. I'm going to leave that. Possibly and never. So if somebody else had some question that was about timing, I feel like it's never, they'll never leave you, or they'll never cheat on you like the other one did or something. That's what it feels like. Like they'll never do that. Because all this stuff about, wasn't there something in here about integrity? I don't know. I just get this thing about integrity. Okay. Proverb. Oh, these are in the wrong, there's a whole bunch of these in the wrong thing. That's what's happening. I'm not pulling the wrong, I put them in the wrong thing. They're in the wrong pouch. Okay, let's see here. Oh, there went my ring. Love is the answer. Well, it took us long enough to get there, but love is the answer. I think that's a beautiful, that's just a beautiful thing with all this soulmate energy, all this Jupiter. The flowers are over here blooming and opening up for you, Taurus. It's like, wow. You know, you got some powerful love vibes. I mean, because if you, for metaphysical symbolism, when I see flowers, I always think of love. You know, I always go there. Well, Taurus, you know, this is your banner year. This is your banner year. You should get a gift coming up from the whole nodes leaving your sign. You know, you've got the Jupiter in your sign. Big changes could be happening. You also have your new moon on the 19th to set your intentions. I forgot to mention that. I mean, there's so much. 19th is your one and only new moon. You get one new moon a year and one full moon. Now, your full moon this year will be that eclipse in October in your sign. But the 19th, that's your new moon. Set your intentions. If it's your birthday, do your solar return. You may want to check out my solar return painting if you are artistically inclined. It's a really powerful way to like get your intentions onto a canvas, and then, you know, it's a reminder all year long of what you're trying to manifest. So if you might be interested in that, you can find the information below. But wow, just a powerful year. Powerful, powerful. If you want to get a reading of, I have the solstice reading available, but also I do have those little charts, and they're not little, it's 68 pages or something, and they're very affordable. And that gives you, it's your solar return time, your birthday time is a good time to get those. I run mine every year, and it goes through every single astrology aspect for the entire year, and it, you know, it explains it all. So any of that's, you know, if it interests you, but definitely the spotlight's on you, you're blooming, everybody wants to take your picture, you're being attracted to. Powerful, powerful vibes, man. I was going to call you Scorpio, but of course it was Taurus. All right, then let me get these cards out of the way, and we're going to move on to our next sign of Gemini. You know, Gemini, not a lot happening to you directly, but I mean, the eclipses affect everybody. You know, just because there's nothing in your sign doesn't mean that you're not affected. And also, I want to quickly talk about happy birthday to all you May Geminis, because I know there's a lot of you in the late May time. This is your powerful time. Your birthday is your solar return. It's your most powerful time to manifest your reality. Set your intentions. This is your personal new year. It's not January 1st. The most powerful time to create your reality and set your intentions is always on your solar return. Your solar return happens on your birthday, give or take one day. So, you know, doing any kind of wishing or lighting some candles, you know, that's the time frame to do it. Right around that birthday, that's your powerful time every year. What else was I going to say? Oh, it's like I told the Tauruses, if you want to try to take my portrait class, it's really affordable. It's a solar return portrait where you paint in all the layers of all the things you want to create in the year. It's really fun. You can find the link below, and also a good time to get your solar return chart run. It's the whole year in astrology, every single aspect, every single thing that's going on. Yeah, we are kicking off the month with an eclipse, you know, no matter who you are. And everybody's going to feel it. It's a lunar eclipse. It's a culmination of the last couple of years, definitely over the last 6 months since the fall. But it's really the last eclipse of Scorpio, so the last couple of years is even entailed in this. And we've, you know, as a collective, we've really been through a lot over the last couple of years with the pandemic and all this stuff. We're kind of really, this is the tail end of releasing all that. And if you want me to go deep into that, I do have that solstice reading available. But let's look at these cards. You got some nice cards here. I was going to call you Scorpio because I was talking about that Scorpio eclipse. But some of you might be dealing with the Scorpio. But at any rate, you've got the Strength card. So, and that's not your forte. Strength is about having patience, waiting, waiting, waiting. Geminis are not good at waiting. You're very action-oriented. You're ruled by Mercury. Mercury, your ruling planet, of course, has been in retrograde, and it's going to go direct on the 15th, so you could see things kind of moving forward around that time. But strength, because your wish is coming true. You've got the wish card here. One of the best cards in the deck. It's a definitely always good sign to see it. So if you had a question, is this or that going to happen? Yes or no? Maybe, whatever. Am I going to get what I want? The answer is yes. You're going to get it. It's showing some fire sign energy here. Now I'm looking, I don't know that we have any fire sign stuff going on in May, really. So it just could be a fire sign person, a Leo, an Aries, or Sagittarius. There's no gender, could be male, female, or anybody, but your wish could be coming true through this fiery fire sign person, or perhaps your wish comes true of something you initiated just back in April when we were in the sign of Aries. You're definitely going down a new path here. You're going to be able to, with the backing and support of the Emperor, it looks like. This Emperor is here to really guide, support, help you. There's a lot of red here, and that again brings in that fiery energy. So you may be feeling really all fired up and like all charged up. I know that I do know that Venus is in your sign this month, because I was doing the eclipse chart. And the eclipse, there is some energy squaring to the Venus. I think it's Jupiter's going to square the Venus or something around that eclipse time. So Venus in your sign, and the square can bring up that fiery energy. But you're all fired up. You're all charged up. Here again, there's that Aries in. This could be dealing with something back in Aries time. It's finally going to start moving forward. Finally going to start taking off. Red is also your root chakra. It's your Kundalini energy. So it could be some kind of, it could be a big sexual thing, but Kundalini is not only sexual. It's, it's a lining of your chakras. It's an influx of powerful energy. There's a lot more to it. The Emperor probably is a person, though. Male or female, somebody who has the power to make changes in people's lives. Fair and just ruler, though, not necessarily a jerk. If some of you are dealing with some kind of court case or something, the Emperor sometimes can be somebody who makes the decision. They lay down the law. A law could be passed that you're perhaps happy about, that helps you in some way. I'm hearing municipality. So maybe some kind of, for somebody out there, some kind of zoning law, or, speed bumps or whatever, so, something like that. All in all, though, you've got the Six of Rods here. That is a beautiful card of victory, triumph. The Emperor is deciding in your favor. The Emperor is giving you a leg up. The Emperor is propelling you up to this next level. This is like a raise, a promotion, the next step. And it's been a long time coming from the looks of this. It seems like it's really been a long time coming for you, Gemini. Okay, let's take a look at your animal totem. This is for the sign of Gemini for the month of May of 2023 for Gemini. The wasp. The wasp is, can indicate somebody who does not have your best interest in mind. But it also can represent just you having that tenacity. Being really tenacious, really. This is having this fire. This is all very fiery, action. Getting that fire under your butt, getting that fire lit under your butt and getting into action. Let me read what it says. Fearless warrior spirit of the sky, shamanic healing, transformation, stinging, attacking, fighting the good fight, impassioned actions makes dreams come true. Yeah, that last line pretty much, I feel like it's right on. Impassioned action makes dreams come true. When I said that, it was like I was hearing like Action Jackson. I think that was some kind of old movie guy. I don't know. In the 60s or 70s, Action Jackson, wasn't it? I don't know. I can't really remember it. I remember the name, but I can't really pull the movie into my brain right now. Anyways, yeah, taking action. Taking that shot. The Fool is all about that. Putting your foot on a new path, without the old baggage, ready to move forward. Okay, let's go over here and get some lots. First, we'll start with your lots of love. Really quick, I can't help but notice too how this rod points right up here at this person. This Queen of Rods, is going to be important to you. That's that fire energy. Okay, let's get your love thing. It says split. Well, some of you may be splitting, but maybe that's the new path you're putting on. But if you are, it feels like you're going to be really, really empowered. It's not a bad thing. It's a thing whose time has come. Okay. Yes, no, maybe. 4 gems. It says Shirley. So that's yes. I want to, if there's anybody out there with that name, though, spelled S-H, you know, the name Shirley. Or that, it's because I feel like right away I felt like that was somebody, a name for somebody. So if it's not your name, maybe your mother or grandmother's name or somebody. It's kind of an old school name. I don't know if it's making a comeback. I know a lot of the old school names are making a comeback, but all the Shirleys I know are much older. Okay, and then your lots of proverb. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Well, you know, you're not consenting, because this is not the card of feeling inferior, nor is this, or even that. You know, these are all cards of being really empowered, stepping into your power, and stepping into, you know, claiming your place at the table, claiming that spot, claiming your place at the table. If I were doing headlines like I used to, claiming your place at the table would be your message from the guides, or your headline. Okay, Gemini, have a great month. Hey, remember to do those birthday things. You want to do some kind of a make your wish, because your wish is going to come true. And, you know, maybe light a candle. All those things. This is your power time. Again, if you wanted to order the chart or do the painting class, check it out. All right, now next we're going to move on to the sign of Cancer. Hello, Cancers. Thanks for tuning in, stopping by for your May of 2023 tarot scope. I'm trying to shuffle these the other way because they're getting bent. They're getting a little bent that way. It's always hard to do. Kind of hard to do to change directions, you know. They're saying to change directions midstream. You know, we're going to start out the month with that lunar eclipse in Scorpio and fellow water signs, so you'll definitely be impacted by that for sure. And like I've been saying for everybody, you know, it's going to affect everybody. Man, does this guy want to come out in everybody's reading and like in that same spot every time? Anyways, you know, the eclipses, it's an end of a long cycle, of a couple of years cycle. It's not just the end of, you know, this last month or this last 6-month cycle. It's the end. It's the last eclipse in Scorpio. So, you know, it's feeling like, to me, it's kind of the whole getting over the whole pandemic finally, for real. You know, it's the whole pandemic is finally over. You know, because that was that whole time frame, and really kind of snapping back, and maybe not to normal, but into the new reality. Yeah, definitely into the new reality. 4 swords, Ace of Swords, and then the Strength card. You know, the 4 swords is almost like that. It's like things that have been put on pause or put on hold for you are finally going to start moving forward here, Cancer. And, you know, the Strength card can talk about that as well. I just want to get a quick sip of water before we continue. These two are kind of similar energy. Some of you may have been, I'm hearing, out of commission. So some of you may have even had like a surgery or a procedure done, or maybe you may have something scheduled, you know, in the upcoming May, and you're going to be out of commission for a while. But it's going to be you're going to come back better than ever. That's what they're saying. You're going to come back better than ever, fully charged, fully in your power. And you know, you Cancers, you're like that. You need to go in your shell a lot of the time. Cancers, and you are always affected by all the eclipses and all the moon thing, because that's your ruler, the moon. But you fluctuate like the tides. You can't just be on all the time like an Aries or a Gemini. You need time to reflect and go in your shell and recuperate and recharge. And it seems like that's what's been going on here. The top part here is some of you may be getting back with somebody. Maybe somebody that you thought you were done. There's still love left, and you may be getting back together. That is a distinct possibility. More so it feels like, though, some of you may be saying, you know what, I don't even care about screw relationships. I'm just going to focus on me or do whatever, blah, blah, blah. And you may be surprised. This is more the vibe I get. You may be surprised when love comes knocking at your door. That's what the guys are coming through with. That's your big message. You may be surprised when love comes knocking at your door, because it sure looks like it is with these two together. This is water energy. This is also your card. Whether you're male or female, there's no gender. So water sign energy being Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, or, you know, it could be you. But for many, I feel like this is your partner. You know, this is this love partner. They're coming with this loving cup, or you're coming with your loving cup. And you're going to be in a time, you know, of very much, you know, loving acceptance, you know, loving acceptance of each other, and being in this time of, you know, just great love, great attraction. I'm going to get some stones here. Put my little rose quartz on there. There we go. Yeah, you know, just a time of being in great loving attraction, happiness, after maybe a long time of not being there for whatever reason. Like maybe if you're in a long-term relationship, maybe you guys have really been in a slump, and it's maybe not just we broke up and we're going to get back together, but you're just like, you know, ugh. You know, you may have been, relationships ebb and flow. Long-term relationships aren't just happy forever, like they say. You're going to have your good days and your bad days, and so you may be coming up into this really positive time and this really good time frame with a lot of love and a lot of happiness. That's definitely coming through really, really strong for you. I almost said Scorpio again, so this person, some of you may be involved with the Scorpio. I could see that. Cancer and Scorpio is a real nice combination, a real nice matchup. Okay, let me get your animal totem. Got the wolf howling at the moon. Maybe some of you are going to be out there howling at the moon. That, you know, that soulmate exercise that I used to do when I'm trying to pull somebody in. I used to do that. And again, I did a whole video on this, but I totally copied it from that movie. Again, I couldn't remember it in the original video, and I can't remember it now, but you say on the full moon, on the lunar eclipse, go out there and hear my call from miles away, and just focus on, and if you're not involved, just, you know, it's always good, if you're not involved, it's always good to not try to grab a certain person, you know, like try to influence somebody else's free will. It's better to just let the universe handle it, because if it's not meant for you, it'll be somebody even better. And this feels like it's better than you've ever had, really. I keep wanting to say Scorpio. So I do feel for many of you, you're going to be attracting a Scorpio, or maybe on this Scorpio eclipse, especially because we've got this big full moon showing up here in the wolf card. Let's see here. Wild spirit of the wilderness. Impeccable instincts draw your path, needing freedom to roam far and wide, embracing the interdependency of all life. Well, you know, another thing here, because the wolf is the pack animal, you know, so you could be finding your pack. You know, you might, through this relationship, because when you meet a new people, you meet their whole family, or their whole friend group, or their whole family, and it feels like for some of you, you know, that could be like that, where it's just going to be this, you found your pack, you found your tribe. Through this loving relationship comes more love and, you know, other people. Okay, let's go ahead. Well, we got lots of love. Let's get that lots of love thing out here. Well, I'm going to do generous, somebody who's very generous. And I feel like they're saying generous of heart and mind. I think this Jupiter's going, if you'd be your fifth house, right? Is that your fifth? Let me just check this out real quick. No, it's actually your third if you're Scorpio. What is your fifth house? Oh, you're a Cancer, yeah. No, Scorpio's your fifth. Well, this eclipse is happening in your fifth house if you're Cancer rising. So that's your house of love and romance. Wouldn't be surprised, and that's, you know, even more confirmation. Again, if you want me to dive into your chart for real, I've got that solstice reading. We'll talk about the Jupiter and everything else. But let's get your lots of answers. Yes, no, maybe. Perhaps. So that's pretty much a maybe. Perhaps. Let's see here. One more. Your lots of prophets. Let's get the right thing here. Lots of prophecies. See, some of these are in the wrong thing. Sorry. It says naturally, and there's a yep in there. I must have put them in the wrong thing. Let's get there. Let's get your card, the one that wants to come. Here it is. Be careful what you wish for. Well, yeah, that's always a thing. Be careful what you wish for. But this does not feel like there should be any trepidation whatsoever. This feels like really positive energy. This just grabs me, this whole love thing up here. You know, for some of you, it could be a baby even, or a grandchild, and you're falling in love with that grandchild. Because the lovers is not limited to sexual attraction either. I don't limit it to that. Lovers is just who you love and the people you love. Who do you love? Anyways. All right, Cancers. Well, powerful time. That Scorpio energy they kept wanting me to say it and say it and say it. So that's going to be real powerful for you. Or, again, you may be attracting a Scorpio. If you want to look into the astrology, don't forget about the solstice reading, which is a mid-year check-in available for a limited time. And thanks for tuning in and being part of my channel. Please do. Your engagement helps me, and I appreciate you all so much. Now let's move on to the sign of Leo. Okay, Leo. Well, you know, this Taurus stuff, it's all squaring you. And even if you're not Leo rising or Leo sun, if you have any Leo in your chart whatsoever, some of this Taurus stuff is going to make a square to your chart. So squares can be rough. Squares can be a little bit, force things to happen. You know, if you've been sitting on it and like, I'm not sure, guess what? It's happening. You know, that's the kind of stuff that squares will do. And sometimes it might not be what you really are hoping for or wanting for in your own, you know, in the human mind, the human ego. But it's for the best from the universe. You know, the universe is trying to turn you in the right direction, turn all of us in the right direction during these times. Okay, let's see what's coming up for our Leo friends for the month of May of 2023. For Leo, we've got 7 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, and Queen of Cups. Let me put this aside and grab the Hanson Roberts deck for our second draw here. You know, with the lunar eclipse, it's always a good time to make a list of things that you want to eliminate. That's what came through. It's going to be really it's powerful to eliminate for everybody. Oh, 3 of Cups twice. Oh, no. I mean, 3 of Pentacles, I thought. No. But that really came through when I looked over at that lunar eclipse for you. I mean, really strong to get rid. Use the energy in your favor. Don't let the universe have its way with you. Harness the power of these eclipses. Even though it's a square, you could get something you've been trying to get rid of forever. You could go quickly. You could finally be able to release it. Okay, so the initial thing is that some of you are going to be starting from the ground up. That's what the guys just came through with for you. But there is definitely some financial things going on here. Something that, you know, you've made some money at a thing. You've maybe made some. For some of you, I'm feeling like this might be like something that was a rental, like maybe if you had a rental house or some kind of a business where it's like, yeah, I've made my money from it, but I'm ready to go on to something new. The 2 of Rods is like you're seeing your path, you're seeing the direction you want to go in, and the sun is only rising, and the sun is your ruling luminary. You're ruled by the sun energy, and it's just rising on this new beginning. You got the 2 and the 3. We're at the low end of a cycle when you're in the 2s and the 3s. This has run its course. You've gotten what you're going to get out of it. I don't know that it's necessarily not producing for you anymore, because that's what these two together can mean. Like, you've made your money, get out now. It's not so urgent or so fearful, you know. It's not. It isn't, and this is a card of lack too, where you're not drawing off of it anymore. Maybe some of you, your child support, somebody out there, your child support or alimony is going to run out. If that's the case, whatever the case, this is going to give you new freedom. This kind of seems like a little bump in the road, or this little drain that you have to get through and get past. But there's going to be new freedom that opens up for it, because this has limited you in some way, whether you want to see it or not. Yeah, it's made you money, but it's limited you. It's made you less than. For some of you, you've had to bow down and be less than. And when that's Leos, don't like to do that at all. For some of you, I had another thought. They're coming so fast. I missed one. I got to backtrack. There was one more thing. Well, another thing, it's just like you're bored with it. It doesn't fulfill you anymore. It's just a drain on your soul and your energy. And, you know, there's this water sign energy that keeps showing up over here. And it could be a person, a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, no gender involved, so whoever. Or it could be, you know, something about this lunar eclipse over here. That lunar eclipse is powerful energy, and this could be representing it. This could get you to that point, that breaking point, or that point of, you know what, I made up my mind. I don't know for sure what the future holds, but look how it's sort of dark and dreary up here, and then look how bright and open this is. This is what you've been doing, and this is the new horizon over here. And you're building something. Some of you, and I really got this strong too for those of you that are going to be losing child support or, you know, alimony. You might go back to school. And I feel like if you go back to school, there'll be further support available, whether through grants or maybe it's a stipulation in your, you know, your whatever, your divorce or your child support thing that they still have to pay for you to go to school. But I feel like some of you you're going to go to school, but it's not like I'm going to go to school so I can keep getting that money. You know, that's not it. It's like I'm going to go to school, or I'm going to build this new thing because it's my heart's desire. It's my soul path. It's my direction. Or some of you are just building a new life. You know, you're just building this new life with the cooperation and the help of the universe. Beautiful, beautiful energy when this temperance comes in. They're putting things together for you. They're making, you're co-collaborating, I'm saying. You're collaborating or co-creating with the universe. You know, a little bit, they're pouring their energy into you and your energy into them. You're allowing the higher energy of your soul, higher self, and your guides to come through you, so you can live your true soul's calling, or something closer to it than you have been up here, you know, something a little closer to it. All right, let's go ahead and get your animal totem. The bee. You're going to be busy like the bee when that bee shows up. The bee is also, that's that sexual energy. You know, the birds and the bees. So there could be, for some, this might be a romantic relationship. Male or female, doesn't matter. But the thing that grabbed me right away is the sun. The sun's on here and the sun's on this card. So that is you are ruled by the sun. You are not meant to be in a lowly position or a peon or somebody, you know, taking advantage of you or in a dead-end job that you hate. You're a Leo. Leos are meant to shine. And that your heart, it rules your heart chakra. Your heart should be open. You know, you can't survive in these harsh conditions. There's something better for you. Okay, it says fertility, abundance, creativity, propagation, strong connections to home and family, accomplishing tasks in a timely manner, tasting the sweet nectar of life. There it is in a nutshell. I was going to say Scorpio. I keep wanting to call everybody Scorpio. I think it's that eclipse. I don't know. But there's that water energy. You know, you might be dealing with the Scorpio. Yeah, there it is in a nutshell. Taking time to taste the sweet nectar of life. Yeah, that's what's going on. That's what you should be doing. Not in some soul-sucking job that's killing you, slowly killing you, you know. Or running some soul-sucking business that you hate, but it makes you money, you know. Okay, love cards, or love, lots of love for Leo. It says kind. So that's, you know, you to be kind, and or you might meet somebody who's very kind. Leos are very kind. They're very gregarious. They're very, you know, I have noticed that about Leos. It looks like a lot of my lots are mixed in the wrong thing here. Darn. I must have put them in the wrong thing last time. I'm going to real quick just try to pull out a few that I'm seeing that don't belong and put them where they do belong. And let's get your yes, no, maybe for Leos. That was one of these. I'm going to make it your parable. It's never too late to be who you might have been. Oh, isn't that great? That's just so perfect. So it was in here for a reason. But let's get your yes, no, maybe. And you've got truly, truly dear, da, 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 da. what is it? It's like a hymnal or something, or a choir song. Truly dear. That song's coming through. If anybody recognizes it, you know, put it down in the comments, because that song came through for you. So I'm not sure. I know I've heard it. I think it's like a choir song or kind of a hymnal. Yeah. So it looks like these lunar eclipses. You may reach your breaking point, Leo. You may be like, take this job and shove it out. Or, you know, it could be a relationship. Maybe some of you are, you know, in a relationship because you need the financial partnership. Something else could pop open. You should never stay in a relationship just because of the money. Especially a Leo, because you guys definitely need to shine, you know, and have that love in your life. You're ruled by the heart. You're the ruler of the 5th house, which is love. You know, if anybody, that's Leo's more than anybody. All right, don't forget about the solstice reading, available for a limited time. And now we're going to move on to our Virgo friends. Okay, Virgo. So yeah, it's eclipse time. Everybody's affected. It's a sextile to you, so not as harsh, not as, you know, you can maybe use the energy a little bit easier than some people, you know. You could, well, you know, that's you, Virgo. You'll make lemonade. You know, you'll take lemons and make lemonade every time. That's the Virgo nature, right? So, but yeah, it's powerful. If you're Virgo rising, it's going to be in your 3rd house, communication. Major news coming and goings, major messages, something's finally done. For some of you, there's going to be things that are finally, like you've been in a long-standing divorce or court case. Or I'm seeing you sign like a long-standing, or maybe negotiating over a will, but also I was thinking of like a property, you know, buying or selling of a property, negotiating prices, a car, maybe buying a new car. If you're going to get a new car, wait till after the 15th when Mercury goes direct. Okay, but let's see what we've got here for our Virgo friends for the month of May. I just heard, in the merry, merry month of May, I was taken by surprise by a pair of roguish eyes. In a moment my poor heart was stole away. Her eyes were brightly smiling. Where am I pulling this out of? I think I might have done that song back in school in the Choralaires. Like a little small group of singers. We used to do like barbershop harmony stuff. But anyways, back to Virgo. Somebody's turned up pregnant up here. Okay, we've got the Page of Swords, the Seven of Rods, and the 3 of Cups. Somebody's turning up pregnant, or you're going to be going to a baby shower. If it's you, yay. If you want it, yay. Couldn't be happier for you. If you're not planning on getting pregnancy, or that wouldn't be happy news, then you need to take some precautions. If you're doing a lot of, you know, like I said in one of the other readings, lovers, I don't always use the lovers as necessarily a sex card, but I do use it for love, you know. But when it shows next to the Empress, almost always it's like, you know, we're having relations. And here comes the baby, you know. I'm hearing that first comes love, then comes marriage, there comes the baby carriage or whatever. Yeah, so pregnancy is definitely a thing. If that's what you're trying for, Yahoo, good for you. We've got 3 here, 3 of Empress and 3 of Cups. This also will talk about, to me, a baby shower, something like that. Maybe some of you are coming up. There's going to be a baby shower. This could be some kind of a holiday, too. Somebody's birthday. You probably have a lot of Taurus people in your life. I wouldn't be surprised because it's another earth sign. Somebody's birthday, or maybe even your own wedding anniversary for some, things like that. Some kind of thing. There's going to be things to be celebrated. This looks like after a long period of struggle, though, too. Or don't let what's going on. For some of you, there's been a long period of struggle. That's what I was seeing, that back and forth negotiation thing feels like this. This is this writing back and forth, or a paperwork, or here we're going to amend this and do that, or how about this offer, back and forth, and it's been a struggle, and then you're going to come to a conclusion. You know, it could be like that. But also, this could be like, if this is still going on, and there's some wedding coming up, or your kid's birthday, or some kind of thing, don't bring this along with you. You can set that down for one day, Virgo, and enjoy the party, enjoy the celebration. You know, I know how you can get, your mind's always trying to find another angle, trying to find another way to fix it. You want to fix it, and I get that. And that's, you know, that's one of the great things you're good at, is fixing things, you know, solving problems. But you can take a day off. Take a day off from all that. And especially, too, if you're trying to get pregnant or something. And especially, you know, the Empress, besides just being a pregnancy card, it's just a health card. It's a good health card. It's a card of abundance. The Empress is very still. She sits in stillness. She sits in beauty. She attracts. The Empress doesn't chase anybody down or anything down. She just sits and attracts and allows and draws to her love and prosperity. You've got the Nine of Pentacles over here. So there could be, with the Empress paired with the Nine of Pentacles, you know, that could be some nice financial abundance or some kind of nice boost to your business. When I said boost to your business, this really came through here. Like, some of you may be negotiating some big contract for your business of some sort, or some big distributor for somebody that's some kind of a big distributor or something like that coming through. There will be reason to celebrate. You are going to be sitting in abundance. Allow for that. Yes, I know there's things that have to be ironed out, but Virgo, there's always going to be things that have to be ironed out. There's always going to be problems that have to be solved. Take a break, take a breath, enjoy the successes that you're having. Spend time with loved ones, even if it's not a lover, you know, a sexy lover. Maybe it's just your loved ones. Spend time with loved ones. Shower the people you love with love is coming through. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna work out better if you only will. If you only will, Virgo. Put down that work, put down that stuff. It'll still be there tomorrow. There'll still be more paperwork tomorrow and things you can dig into and organize and fix and, you know, get through. Give yourself a little break here. Enjoy these successes that you have, because they sure are here. They're showing. They're here. Okay, let's get your animal totem. Don't forget about the solstice reading. If you want to take a look at the mid-year astrology, there's been more changes. Jupiter's changing signs. The nodes are changing signs, so there's lots more to look at. Pluto's going back, you know, so it's not the same reading as the Aries Ingress. There's a lot of things that are going to be changing again by that time. So check it out. Available for a limited time. What is our animal totem for our Virgo friends? The swan. Oh, love it. Love it. The swan also has the same kind of thing. And the Nine of Pentacles too. They all sit in their power. They all are of grace and elegance. They're not over there. Where's that paper? I can't find it. Smooth, glide on that water. The swan is such a beautiful thing too. It's because you come out of this, the ugly duckling, and then you bloom into the beautiful swan. First word, graceful. Graceful applies to all these. Graceful beauty, loyal partner and friend. Hey, they mate for life. Yeah. So if some of you are looking, you could find this mate for life thing. Recognize the divine within us all. Transformation, emergence of true being. Loving yourself at all stages of life. Yeah, it's Empress. All these are loving yourself cards too. Take time, go out to lunch, go to the spa, you know, or whatever. Just go. You don't have to spend the money at the spa, whatever. I know Virgo's like, money, I'm going to spend money at the spa. Wait a minute. I'll just rub my own feet. I'll just get my own foot bath. That's me too. I got my own foot bath. It's like, stuff like that. I do my own nails. I do my own nails. I got a lot of Virgo in my chart too. I do my own nails. I have my own foot bath. You know, I'm not a big spa person either, but it's troubled. So you know, it's troubled. There's troubled energy around you. Maybe it's unsolvable. Did you ever think of that, Virgo? Sometimes that's the case. It's just unsolvable, and then you just gotta back off and take care of number one. You gotta take care of yourself. Or, you know, another thing I was thinking about the foot bath and the swans and that. Another thing I like to do is just walk in the water, you know, with your feet on. Take your shoes off and just walk in the water. Feel that tide rushing over your ankles and cleansing away your energy. I haven't done that in a while. I need to. It's too cold right now where I live. Your answer is unknown. Unknown. Okay, and then your lots of parables, poems, whatever. If you can dream it, you can do it. Yeah, it's like spending more time in the manifestation zone, in the dreaming and visualizing zone, and being at peace zone, and drawing and attracting and dreaming it. Yeah, those two go hand in hand. I know I can hear all your Virgos right now. Yeah, well, you can't just sit around dreaming. You got to take action at some point. I hear you. I feel you. You're right. You're 100% right. But this is a time to just, I mean, eclipse season, sometimes we got to let that stand back. Don't try to, navigate your boat when the eclipses are going on. Maybe just stand back and say, okay, eclipse, come in here. This is what I want to manifest. I'm going to be calm. I'm going to be in this calm, serene state and stand in my power and know that I'm worthy and know that I can attract. Work smart, not hard. Dream it instead of constantly toiling against it. And if you are toiling against something and it's not going anywhere, that eclipse could take it right out of your life, I'll tell you right now. The other thing, though, if you're toiling at something and it's not going somewhere, you got to set it down. I all the time, I'm writing music, books, art. If I'm getting frustrated, I know I got to set it down, and then I come at it the next day with fresh eyes, and then it comes with ease, So, I know you got to work, and that's your thing, Virgo, but take some time for some R&R, take some time for some self-pampering, even if that's just you sitting down and reading a book or whatever that means to you. Doesn't have to be what it means to me of walking down to the lake with my feet in the water and whatever, or what it means to, it's going to be different for everybody. It's totally a personal thing. Don't forget about that solstice reading available for a limited time. Have the best month ever. Hello, Libra. Thanks for tuning in for your May of 2023 eclipse season psychic tarot reading. I'm going to shuffle up the cards. This eclipse affects everybody. It's in your second, if you're a Libra rising, it would be your second house, but I mean, it's just affecting everybody. And a lot of things are going to be changing for you too, upcoming astrology-wise, because the nodes, not this month, but the nodes are going to be moving into your sign again. So that's some big news too. That's going to be a big cycle. If you're interested in the solstice reading, all that stuff is going to be addressed in the solstice reading, how these different eclipses, how the Jupiter changing sign affects you, how the nodes changing sign affects you, and that will affect you quite a bit. So if you're interested in that, it's like a midday update, not a midday or mid-month, a mid-year update. Check it out. Okay, but let's shuffle up our cards for our Libra friends for the month of May of 2023. Happiness and celebration, 3 of Cups, Devil, Ace of Pentacles, some new money coming in for you. And let's get our next one from our Hanson Roberts cards. 3 cards from Hanson Roberts for our Libra. And we've got the Death card. Big change, eclipse season, not surprised, with water energy, Scorpio. And then moving on. Yeah, you're going to be moving on. Definitely, when these two show together, this is the end of a cycle, and then we're moving on to the next phase. A lot of times with the 6 of Cups, or 6 of Swords, excuse me, we don't know really what the next phase is going to be. We just know that we don't want to do this anymore. Whatever this old thing is, whatever we were in bondage to, we're done with that. I mean, I do want to talk a little bit about this. I mean, again, if you ordered a personal reading, it's not this month, but we're gearing up for it. These are going to be these big changes of these nodes. I guess I don't have when the nodes change signs, do I? It's not till July, so we got a little ways to go, but we're gearing up for it. The final phase of the last nodal cycle is coming to an end here, and we're gearing up for the time when it's going to be your time. And there are some other years that you might want to think about where this happened, and this would have been December of 2004 through June of 2006. This was the last time the South Node was going to be in your sign. And before that, it was 1986 to 1987. And before that, it was 1967 to 1969. So think about those years. And if you were born in those years, you probably are having either a nodal return or a nodal opposition. But it's a major marking point for you also. It's a major reevaluation of your life, a major big cycle. And there can be big cycles. Well, these lunar eclipses can bring these big cycles. And it is showing by this water sign energy again, which is any of the water signs, the Scorpio, the Cancer, the Pisces. Could be a person of those signs. Gender doesn't apply. Anybody. But it really could be, you know, this Scorpio eclipse. If we're going to interpret this as the Scorpio eclipse, I like that it's showing as a king, because that says that it's going to be, it could be life-changing in a real positive way for you, in a more self-realized way for you, in a more adult, emotionally mature way for you, of something that you can see right off, like, oh, this is cool, this is, you know, you can really grab hold of, and not something like if it were the Knight or the Page even, you know, you might be like, oh, this sucks, what am I going to do, like you're scrambling. No, you're up for it, you're walking right into it in kingly fashion. You know, you have the power, you have the wisdom, you're ready for this next leg of your journey. You've prepared and you're ready to leave this bondage behind and move into the space of the king energy, regardless of what the sign this is. You know, it's just the king energy, the water king energy. There is going to be some kind of happiness and celebration for you. It looks like some kind of a new job offer or new money opportunity. So yay for that. And some of you, taking that into account, for some of you, this may be like you may be the supervisor, or you may be promoted to, you know, higher standing, you know, higher up than you've been before. Or maybe you're even starting your own business where you're going to run the whole thing. You know, for some of you, you're running the show. They're saying you're running the show. It could be literally, maybe it's a literal show that you are running if you're involved in any kind of, there's lots of people going on tour this summer. I know a lot of creative people, musicians watch my videos, so maybe you're going on tour and maybe you're the stage manager or something, or maybe it's not even a tour, it's whatever. But it could just be, you know, if you work in an office, maybe you get promoted to a supervisor, or, you know, you're an artist, you get art director, you know. It feels like that, and you're so ready for it. I just keep getting this feeling off of this King of Cups card, just like, yeah, that's right, I'm the supervisor. Check me out. I'm ready for this. Like you have there's no imposter syndrome whatsoever. Like you're just walking right into it. Like, yeah, baby, that's right. Here I am. I'm ready for this. I earned it. I deserve it. Goodbye this bondage. I'm not gonna. And this bondage. You know, this bondage could even just be the old belief systems, old beliefs, old paradigm, you know, old beliefs, old paradigm, things that no longer serve you. And you're walking into this new thing. There's definitely a huge change coming with the Death card, no doubt about it. Some people could be losing someone, but that's very slim chance. Usually the Death card does not mean that. And if it does, it'll usually be like a lot of, you know, Three of Swords, you know, crying. If that is the case, it could be somebody who is in bondage to this old body that they just want to go. They're ready to go. Like somebody who's been on like life support or just suffering. And then if that's the case, if that's somebody you know, then this would be them, because I just feel like they're just so, you know, then this would be them just feeling, you know, just so great again, out of the bondage of that broken body and just in their full glory again. But I don't think that's the case for most. I think that for most, that's you. All right, let's go ahead and get some lots of love and some lots of answers. Let's do the lots of love first. Okay. It says loyal. So maybe you stayed in this old situation out of loyalty for some. And it's good to be loyal, but sometimes it's, you know, loyalty can be taken. You can't sacrifice your own life to be loyal, you know. Okay, next. Yes, no. It says someday. So maybe not now, someday. But there's something happening now. Maybe it's not the exact perfect ideal thing, but it's leading to something better. Okay, lots of prophecy. Be the change you wish to see. Yeah, so you got to just, oh, I forgot your animal totem. I'll pull it still. Sorry. And if something's missing, I can already see the comments. Where's the animal totem? I got it. I'll do it. Be the change you wish to see. Like, take that. To me, it's like, take that step. Take that first step. Do that application. Do whatever it takes. This Ace of Pentacles is you taking that first step to making that big change. Of course, I'm not advocating just walk out the door, quit your job, and with no plan. You know, that's definitely not a good, you know, you want to have something in place. But, you know, this is the time when it could really be happening. Eclipse season is upon us. Okay. Animal totem for our Libras. 2023. The possum. The possum is kind of like the hangman. It's kind of hanging back. It's funny because someday, and this could be like, you know, well, you know, some days, this might be the thing that you've been saying for decades. Someday I'll do that. Someday. Oh, when my kids are grown, or oh, when I retire, or oh, you know, always putting it out in the future, out in the future. Now, this is tuning into spirit. Possum is pretty cool spiritual energy, okay? Dreamer of dreams, seer of visions. Pause, create space for enlightenment. Breathe. Keep your plans and ideas private. Know when to assert yourself and when to play dead. Yeah, that if you're going to be making some big move, you may want to keep it on the down low. You know, because people don't always have your best interest in mind. It's sad to say, but it's true. And even if they are a friend, you know, because this could be gossip too. That's another thing about this. If you don't tell, like say, don't tell anybody, but I'm trying to play this dude, don't do that. I know sometimes Libras, you have a hard time. You have a hard time not telling, you know. I have 2 Libra daughters. I know I've learned over the years, don't tell Libras, because they have a hard time not saying anything. But just keep calm and just, you know, I saw calm here. It actually says carnal, but I saw calm. Keep calm. When, you know, I said this for one of the other signs, when it's a for sure thing and you've actually got the contract or you know you've got the job, then you can tell people, because it's going to spread like wildfire. And that could not, even if it doesn't mess you up in your current job, you know, maybe it's the water cooler combo. It's like, you know, oh, blah, 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 guess what, blah, blah, blah. Gossipy. It could also be, you know, that just sucks the energy out of it. Even if nothing happens bad for you at your job, like you don't get called into the supervisor's office, are you looking for, I mean, it could actually manifest that way, but it could be just energetically. You know, you don't want to suck the energy out of it, you know, because there's people that are assholes, you know, they just don't, they don't understand the law of attraction, and that you have to wish well for others and, you know, be happy for them to attract what you want, whatever. That's another video, but at any rate, big changes, not surprising, eclipse season. If you want to find more out about the astrology and some of these eclipses, you can go ahead and order that solstice reading. That'll be available for a limited time. I want to thank you all for tuning in, and I hope that you have the best month ever. Make the best of it, you know, do with what you can. And now we're going to move on to the sign of Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, you are the star of the show this month. We're kicking off May on the 5th with your lunar eclipse, the last eclipse in your sign, culmination of the last couple years and the whole pandemic thing and everything. I mean, we're finally coming out on the other side of this huge transformation that we all went through. You being the Scorpio energy, of course, you know, you're transforming your whole life. I mean, that's your jam. But it also could really have affected you a lot more in, you know, in a personal way. You know, that's absolutely you know, you're going to be affected by it. I did do a whole video on the astrology of the lunar eclipse, so you can check that out if you're interested. But let's get into your cards for things are coming to culmination and things are going to be released. That's basically the gist of it. So it's time to let go of old paradigm, old things that no longer serve you, old things that don't fit you anymore. 6 of Rods right off the bat. 2 of Swords. And then finally, the Wish card. Beautiful. All right, Scorpio, we're rocking that eclipse energy. We're harnessing you can harness that energy to create what you want. You don't have to be afraid of it and running away. Oh, what's the eclipse going to do to me? I'm afraid. Well, See, that's not you, Scorpio. That's not how Scorpio rolls. Scorpios are brave, and powerful. Let me say, okay, Eclipse, what are we gonna do? How can we work together to transform my life? Wow, you got some really nice cards here, Scorpio. You know, Scorpio, you've been through the ringer. Let's just call a spade a spade. You've been through the ringer. You've had a lot of changes and transformation, and yeah, that's your jam, Scorpio's death and rebirth, but it's been hard. I know, I have Scorpio rising, and I've been through it too. This is the last eclipse in your sign. Look and see how far you've come. You know, how far have you come? What has been transformed? How are you better now? What has been cleared away, and what still needs to be cleared? If there's any final clearing that needs to be done, then this is going to be that time to do it. You know, really clear out the old paradigm. On this world card, that eagle is really standing out to me. I saw an eagle not too long ago. I've seen eagles really far away, and I've seen them at the zoo. I have my one buddy at the zoo, the eagle, I always go visit. But this thing just was coming, and it flew right over my car. I was driving, and it was right over the top of my car. It was flying right at me. It was like, holy shit, what the hell was that, you know? So, and that's standing out for me. And that is one of the Scorpio energy. There's three things the Scorpio can do. There's three representatives. There's three expressions of energy through the Scorpio energy. The lowest form is the gray lizard. Well, the scorpion is the mean stinging Scorpio. Then there's the gray lizard. That's just kind of in between, you know, kind of delving into the dark arts, kind of, you know, not claiming your power, kind of almost like a purgatory kind of a thing. And then there's the eagle. And the eagle is the highest expression of the Scorpio energy, soaring high, the king of the birds, you know. I was going to say the king of the beasts, but the king of the birds, the king of the beasts is on here too, the Leo. This is all the fixed energy that shows up on the world. If you didn't know, there's the eagle's for Scorpio, the lion is for the Leo, the Taurus bull, and then this is Aquarius, the water bearer. But anyways, yeah, embracing that eagle energy, soaring higher than ever before. With the Six of Rods being here, that is that card of being, you know, getting that reward, getting that accolade, claiming the golden wreath. All the people are around and cheering him on. You're the best, you're the best, you're the hero. You've done the best. You've come through this transformation. You're coming out on the other side. Your wish card, a decision is being made, and you have the wish card here. So your wish is coming true. You're going to get something. Well, there's always a gift. On these major things like these eclipse cycles or these big transits, Pluto, you know, your ruling planet, there's always a gift. The last one will always leave you with a gift, and you could be seeing that gift showing up this month here, Scorpio. A big decision is being made, and you're coming out of this with yay, the wishes. Some of you, it could be your own decision. You might just say, hey, listen, I've made a decision that I'm going to do this, and your wish is coming true. For most, though, it does feel like it's kind of an outside source here, especially with this Hierophant in the world. This feels like something really big. Well, it is. It's definitely something really big. The world is always something really big, but the Hierophant is also something really big. And these two paired together, this is like, you know, for some of you maybe, well, it could be the World Wide Web, and that's such a, you know, almost antiquated term anymore, but, you know, out in there in the world, maybe it's social media. In these days and age, social media plays such a big part in everything. So maybe you're going to be a big hit on social media or something, or one of your things will take off and be a viral post or a viral video or your podcast or whatever. But more so, I get like it's because the Hierophant is more of the old paradigm. This feels, so say, let's use a podcast, for example. Maybe, you know, CBS Radio will pick it up or something, or, you know, like the old school, or maybe if you've written a book and, you know, you're self-publishing, it'll take off, and then, you know, a big publisher will come in and say, hey, I want to do it, you know. But it's based off success you've already had, and that's kind of the model of this day and age anyway, you know. A lot of people, independent publishers will get, you know, this thing, and then they'll get a big offer, or maybe one of your songs on TikTok, you know, takes off, and then somebody wants to use it in a movie or for some kind of, you know, it's this initial success that you've been working hard for, somebody, it's getting picked up. Maybe you've been submitting articles to a magazine over and over, or to a publisher or whatever, and they say, okay, we're going to publish you. There's a strong feeling. It's not going to be true for everybody, of course, but there's a strong feeling of publishing in here. And Jupiter is moving into your 7th house of your Scorpio rising, Jupiter being the planet of publishing. Jupiter is going to, what was I going to say? It's going to move into Taurus. So that's your house of partnerships if you're Scorpio rising. So you could be in partnership with some kind of big publishing house, maybe a music publishing house. I mean, anymore, people pretty much bypass that stuff. But you know, it's not anything you want to bypass. I'll put it that way. This isn't something you want to bypass, or just say, oh no, I'm doing okay on my own. You've coveted this. You want this, or you know, maybe it could just be so many things. But it's something that you've been doing on a smaller scale. Let's say that you've had a lot of success on a smaller scale, and it's ready to move into like the big leagues now. Now you've got this Knight of Swords here. Now that could be a person. Maybe this is a representative of this whole Hierophant world thing over here. You know, agent or whoever you might be talking to. The representative. I keep wanting to say the representative. But it also could be, it could be an air sign person, which is an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra. But it also could be, you know, we're going to be moving, the sun is going to be moving into Gemini on the 21st. I forgot to put it on here, but we're going to be moving into the air sign energy this month of May. The 21st, okay? So, could be happening around that time of the 21st. We got a 2, because I was looking at the sword pointing up at the 2. We got 2, 1. This is also 21, is the world card, is 21. So, very, you know, maybe something big really popping right around the 21st when the sun moves into Gemini. We've got it showing up 3 different ways in the form of the air sign energy, the 2 and the 1, and the 21 here. So it could be really powerful energy. But this is also, the air energy is also the messenger's communication. You know, it's getting the letter, getting the email, getting the text, the DM, you know, whatever it might be. All right, let's get your animal totem for Scorpio friends. I mean, from the looks of this, this eclipse can really, you know, lift you up and put you kind of in the driver's seat or something here. Driver's seat, ooh, driver's seat. Ooh. All right, Scorpio animal totem. The skunk, smell me. That's what the skunk says. Smell me. Skunk is actually a great card for getting noticed. You're going to get noticed. You got the 6 of Rods, and then you got the skunk energy. You're getting noticed. Because all the people, everybody on Earth, all the living creatures on Earth know when the skunk is coming. Nobody doesn't see the skunk because you smell them first, because it exudes this aura, and you get noticed. It could be, maybe it's a thing for some, because it's like, could be for good or ill, you know, like there's no bad publicity or something, but that's not really, doesn't feel like that. But yeah, skunk energy is being in the spotlight, people being attracted to you. It's also just you having this aura. You know, we think of skunk like, ew, skunk, get away from me, you stink. But it's actually like a pheromone. It's actually this attraction thing. And skunks are very beneficial to have around. They kill mice, rats, they eat bugs. They're good to have around. Okay, skunk, asserting yourself, commanding respect, that's right, 6 of Rods. Enhanced perception, clairescence, aromatherapy, kundalini rising, attracting a lover. For some, could be a lover here. Walking your path devoid of obtrusions. Yeah, anything that's still in your way, any obstacles that are still in your way, this lunar eclipse can just wipe it right out and clear that path. The skunk will clear the room. You know, the skunk's walking down the road, and everybody else gets out of the way and gives it its respect that it deserves. And that's where you're at this month, Scorpio. I love that, because I was a little, I'm like, oh, the lunar eclipse, eeks. You know, I was kind of like, oh no. Well, you can be that way, or again, step in your power and take control of it. What do you want to eliminate from your life? These look like opportunities coming in here. This stuff is powerful. This is so powerful, these two together. I'm not sure what it is. somebody's going to be ordained in some kind of a ministry. I just got that too. So maybe you've been studying, or maybe if you are a minister, maybe you're going to even get to speak at a big conference or a bigger congregation or something. Maybe you've had your little small group and you've been great, and word gets out and they want to invite you to be on whatever, some big thing, you know. Okay, let's go ahead and get your love, lots of love. It says join. Join under the Hierophant. Now look at, isn't that perfect? Because the Hierophant is the group, you know, so you're going to, maybe you join a group. Maybe it's an exclusive group, you know. I'm of the smell me, if it's exclusive, like, I don't need to be a part of that then. Judgy. Then it says here you got a maybe. And then last, let's get you lots of... I keep wanting to say parables, but it says, what goes up must come down. Well, you're on the way up. So maybe they're saying, hey, ride this wave while it's here. You know, it's like the biorhythms. We all go up and down. There's always phases, you know, but you know, there's these rounded, that rounding, even the Nine of Cups up here has that rounded top, you know, those phases. We're up, we're down, we're all around. But I see you're on the way up from here. I feel like it could be somebody who in the past who may have stole your thunder, or you know, it may have been this obtrusion in your path. They may be coming down, if anything, and be out of your way, and you'll be clear to go. You get the all clear. That's what the guides just came through with. You're going to get the all clear, Scorpio. Well, this is it. This is the last one. So do with it what you may. Harness that energy. Take control of the situation. If you want to get the solstice reading, you know, we can look at some of the aspects and things that are coming up for the second half of the year. That'll be available for a limited time. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Happy eclipse, and have a good one. We'll talk again soon, as we're moving on now to the sign of Sagittarius. Well, Sag, the lunar eclipse is coming, but you know, it's not directly hitting you. It's in your neighboring sign of Scorpio. But chances are, highly likely, if you're Sagittarius, especially if you're Sagittarius sun sign, that you probably have a planet or two in Scorpio. It's very likely. One of your personal planets may be in Scorpio. So that's something, you know, I could look at in those solstice reading. I'll tell you where that stuff is. But, you know, it's powerful for everybody. Everybody's going to be impacted. Everything's going to be changing for everybody. It's all earth and water energy, which is not really, that's not your jam, you know, you're fiery. But again, you know, everyone will be affected. And we're going to take a look right now and see what's up for you guys in the month of May for our Sagittariuses. Let's see what we've got. We've got the Four of Swords resting, Queen of Cups, and Knight of Pentacles. So, some people. Now, there's no gender in these readings, so even though this represents as a queen and that one is a male, it could just be male, female, or whoever, because it's, you know, it's just people of these different energetic frequencies or representations. Okay, let's go ahead and get 3 more for Sagittarius. We've got 1, 2, and 3. Got the Devil, 4 of Cups, and the Page of Rods. Okay, well, you know, you've got this Devil energy aligned with this Four of Swords energy here. And this can be like feeling stuck. You know, you're just feeling stuck. You're just not really doing anything because you're just not sure what the heck to do. It's just kind of being a little bit in limbo, like wanting to get out, not sure what. It's like maybe no clear path has been presenting itself. You know that you're in a restrictive situation here. You know that you feel like you're in bondage to this situation. Some people it could be their relationship. Some people it could be their job. Some people it could be, you know, the place that you're living, or, you know, you just this old thing, or some family member, you know, that you're having. So you just do nothing and keep doing the same thing. Well, that's when eclipse season comes along and changes things up. Now, we do have this water energy. Could be a water sign, which is the Scorpio, the Cancer, or the Pisces. but it also can be the water time, some kind of water event, astrology event, and this eclipse is in water sign of Scorpio. Again, everybody's going to be changed by it. And we've got this earth sign person, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. But also we've got major Taurus energy going on. I just need to get a drink of water really quick. Excuse me. I'm going to get a cough drop too because my voice is starting to peter out here. Yeah, so it could be the Scorpio eclipse happening in the time of Taurus. But these are also people. So you might be dealing with a water sign person and an earth sign person. If we look at it that way, we have to, let me pull this up higher so you can really see closely. We have to know that they're not on the same page. If these are two people, they're looking in different directions. This person wants to go this way and they've got their back turned. This can be an impasse. Like they're not on the same page. And somehow you might be caught up in this. Maybe one of these is you, but it seems like it's other people's stuff. Like you're caught up in it somehow, and it's affecting your life. And they can't make a decision, or they can't come to a conclusion, or they can't get their shit together, basically, you know? And that's what it feels like more. But I also feel like this could be somebody's parents might be getting a divorce even. And you're, because it feels like you're kind of, you don't want to take sides. Or you can see both sides of the situation. Or maybe you just don't want to get involved. But it seems like you are involved, you know. If this doesn't resonate, look at your rising and moon. Because this seems like it's kind of a real specific situation here. But anyways, there is an idea that's going to come, that's going to solve whatever this is. Whatever you're dealing. Maybe these are two co-workers. Or, you know, it could be a lot of different things. Or they want to go in different directions with a work project, you know, and they can't get along, and it's affecting your life because you're just like, well, hey, I need to know what I need to know. I need to know what's next. There's a way around this, and it looks like it's going to come to you in a dream or a download or an insight because this message comes out of the spirit, and you're going to know what to do with it. You're going to know how to go forward with it. This is your energy. This is the fire energy, is your energy, of the Sagittarius energy. Because we're not having any fire stuff in May. No big fire transits. You know, no fuller new moons, nothing like that's going on. Only thing is Jupiter's going to be in Aries up until the 16th. That's the only fire energy. But I feel like this is you. And I feel like this is, as you're showing it as a page, you know, the term out of the mouth of babes, or maybe it's your own kid or a child will come up with the answer. But I feel like you got to kind of take a childlike approach to this. I feel like if there's a simple solution, a simple answer. For some of you, maybe you're going to move on. For some of you, maybe you put out some feelers back in the time of Aries. You know, some feelers of like, if this is a job situation, maybe you put out some feelers and like you might hear back now. You know, you're going to get a response. You're going to get maybe even a job offer for some. A job offer coming through. So, you've been kind of in a situation that's stuck, but it does seem like some energy is moving forward. I kind of feel like these two are not going to be a part of your life anymore. Or these two opposing points of view, or these two opposing pulls. One wants to pull me, push me, pull you kind of energy is not going to be around. There's a whole new third thing, a whole different thing that's opening up. And the eclipse could be just the thing to bring that about. If that's something that you're in a situation of, that could definitely be the thing to bring that about. Okay, let's get your animal totem for Sagittariuses. The hawk. So you gotta have the eyes like a hawk. I do believe also in Native American astrology that Aries is the sign of the hawk. So this is a real strong, this is kind of confirming that Aries energy for us. So again, might be when Jupiter, prior to the 16th, when Jupiter goes into Taurus while it's still in Aries, or back in April in Aries time, or even going back to that Aries eclipse that we had on April 20th. You could start seeing some things, you know. And I'm also feeling like you're really going to be zeroing in, because that's what the hawk does. It zeroes in on its thing. It sits way up on the preach and it sees that little mouse down there. kind of zeroing in on what a solution or what your next move should be or your direction you want to go. Perched high above, you peer down on the world below. Zero in on that target. Yeah, it says that. Then act swiftly with a mighty force. You have the ability to soar to great heights. Yeah. Drop these chains of bondage and off you go, you know, into the wild blue yonder. But off you go into the higher realms of life, and not being stuck and not having to put up with other people's, not letting that impede you or hold you back, you know. Seeing your own path. Okay, let's get your love, lots of love. It says passion. Ooh. So it could be, some of you might be having some passion. Passionate love affair happening here. Okay. Yes, no, maybe. Oh, this is the wrong one again. They're in the wrong bag. I gotta make sure I do that right. The early bird catches the worm. That's interesting because the hawk is also, in animal totem, the hawk is one of the day birds. There's a word for it. And then the owl is the other part of it, the nocturnal part. So this early bird catches the worm. Well, you want to maybe be the first one to apply, or the first one there, if it's something like that. But also, maybe if you are, you know, night owl like me, I actually am, but, you know, you maybe there's going to be some things happening in the morning. Maybe if you can get up in the morning, there may be some insights that you're going to get. You know, the early bird catches the worm, the hawk is up in the, you know, it's a day creature. So pretty cool. It's 2 confirmations there. Okay, lastly, yes, no, maybe. It says iffy. It's iffy, but you got to give it a shot, right? You got to give it a chance. If you don't try, you'll never know. You know, if you never try, the answer will be no. But it does seem like you guys could really be hooking up with something. And this is also like this swiftness, like it's going to come up quickly, and you're going to have to pounce on it, like the hawk. See it, grab it, and, you know, fly back up high. So it's like you got a window of time, like a short window of time, it kind of feels like, to act on this. But yeah, Sagittarius, that's no problem for you. It's not like you're a Taurus or anything. You're ready for whatever. You're down for whatever. You know, Sagittarius are, yay, let's do it. You know, you're not really one to overthink a situation anyway. Again, don't forget about that solstice reading if you want to check out what's going to be coming up for the second half of the year and some of the other really exciting astrology stuff that's going on. It'll be available for a limited time, so check it out if you're interested. Now we're going to move on to the sign of Capricorn. Hello, Capricorns. Thank you so much for coming to my video and checking out the readings. Everybody's going to be affected by this eclipse. Lunar eclipse, releasing. It's a sextile to you. Capricorn and Scorpio are very harmonious energy to each other. So I do feel like it could be something kind of positive for you. As always, it's always about harnessing that energy and making it something positive. Okay, let's go ahead and get the cards for Capricorn for the month of May. We've got the Devil. The Devil's been out quite a bit. Number 1. Number 2 is the Queen of Swords, and then number 3 is the Ten of Pentacles. I know our Capricorns like to see that Ten of Pentacles. Okay. You know, the Devil, though, that is your card in the tarot. In the Major Arcana, the Devil is the card of Saturn or the card of Capricorn. So it is your card. But we're going to see. Let's get 3 more, and we'll dive into the meanings of it. Let's see here. 4 rods. 8 of Swords. And finally, the 9 of Pentacles. 9 and 10 of Pentacles. Now that's some nice energy. That is some beautiful energy. Notice you have 2 9s also. So 9 is like a really, to me, 9s are like this achievement of planting that flag, of arriving. I've been here. So you've been in bondage to something for quite some time. Both of these cards are actually kind of similar. The Devil and the Devil and the 8 of Swords. They're very similar energy in that they are feeling trapped, feeling in bondage. But in both cases, it's an illusion. You're only trapped in your own mind. You know, there is an answer. There is a way out. You're only trapped in your own mind and in your own experience. Some of you maybe feel like you want to move, and I know I've been wanting to move for quite some time. And you may feel like there's no way that I can move, there's no way to get out of this, but there is going to be some changes in your home environment, and changes for the better. Changes that bring peace and happiness and the pleasantry, living in a pleasant environment. Some of you are in bondage to this Queen of Swords. Now, there's no gender in this, so it doesn't necessarily have to be a female, but it could be anybody who's an air sign, which is an Aquarius, a Gemini, or Libra. Some of you may feel in bondage to this person, and that may be what you're needing to break free from. Old paradigm, old patterns of being. For some of you, for others though, because I look at this Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, and the way she has her hand out here, if you notice. And her hand is looking right over here at this Ten of Pentacles. It's like, hey, how about this? Sometimes when these two show together, too, this can be home, buying a home. Because this I'll use for a house and this I'll use for a house. And sometimes this can be the card of the realtor, too. I use this as the realtor. So this could be a realtor. She's like, hey, how do you like this house? But it also could just be, hey, how do you like this money opportunity? Or, hey, how do you like this job? Or how do you like this investment? And it looks, it's like, yeah, I like it a lot, right? Capricorn, Ten of Pentacles, we like that a lot. When you get the 9 and 10 of Pentacles, that's some really nice energy for having money stuff really, really flourishing. Especially with this Four of Rods, I would even include as flourishing, you know. The 9 and the 10 are the two highest cards of any suit. We got it goes from Ace through 10, just like a regular playing cards, and then we're into the court cards. So reaching this big pinnacle, this could be even some imposter syndrome. Because this certainly looks beautiful. For many of you, you could be having your own business. You know, maybe it is something that you're working on for yourself, or maybe you're going to move to a home where where you have a nice home office and a nice place to set up and work. But definitely flourishing. And look at too, if you are moving, look at all like my flowers from my garden, my beautiful bleeding hearts. So you can see them. This one just opened up to, it was closed when I did the vase. You can't even see, there's some other, I've got some daffodils and some other ones down. These tulips just exploded when I put them in the water. Crazy. But you know, there's all this flourishing energy, and she's in her beautiful garden and hanging out with her bird and peaceful, you know, surroundings, you know. Oh, lovely. I'll take that. I'll definitely take that. Right? And here's another thing. These two cards both have castles. They're both white castles. So maybe you got to go get some White Castle burgers. I don't know. But even this one has a castle. Isn't that interesting? You know, I don't think I've ever noticed that that card had a castle on it before. The 9 of there's a castle up there. But that castle looks kind of dismal and a little bit bleak. You know, that 8 of Swords background castle. But there's a castle there. There's something that you're not seeing that's going to be made apparent to you probably around that time of that eclipse. I wouldn't be surprised. Or a way out, or a way through, or a way to the new life that you're really, really wanting. And maybe this is even, it doesn't have to be a move. Maybe it's a new job, maybe it's a new office, maybe you're fixing up the house that you do live in, and the extra income is allowing you to get projects done and get things done around your house. But there's nothing this is what you've been waiting for. It's not as bleak. This house situation, this castle, is not as bleak and dark and up the scary crag. You have to climb up the crag to get to it. No, it's right there. You're living in it. You're right there. It's in both cards. It's right there. There's no jaggedy mountain to climb up or anything. The dark castle, you know, where the evil sorceress resides or something, you know. All right, Caps, let's get your animal totem. See what's going on here. The grasshopper, beautiful energy of things changing on a dime. That eclipse is what's gonna change everybody, but the grasshopper leaps from one blade to another because it wants to be in the sun. It wants to shine like the sun. It wants to be where the sun is shining. Grasshoppers are known in Asian cultures as luck. Grasshoppers and cricket are good luck, good fortune. Health, blessings, fertility, the gift of song. Inspired creations reveal your true spirit. Reincarnation, discovering your soul path. Advancements by leaps and bounds. Yeah, that's what I was getting to. Advancements by leaps and bounds. Things could really change on a dime and for the better. I feel like the Queen of Swords is part of it. And in most cases, I feel like the way she holds her hand out, like, here's your gift. And like on the game show, open the curtain and how about this? Here's some big pile of money for you. Capricorn's like, big pile of money? Yeah, I'll take that. Okay, let's do your lots of love. Let's do your lots of love for a Capricorn. Impotent, yikes. Well, maybe that's what you're in bondage to. And impotence just doesn't only talk about the male genital. It can talk about a lot of things. It's something that's just not, it's the impotence, not going to happen. Maybe you're in bondage to something that's just not going to happen. No need to worry. Major new doors are opening. Major new doors. That's what the guides are coming through with. Yes, no, maybe. Love is blind. I'm going to put it there. I must have thrown them in the wrong thing last time. But I'm going to get your yes, no, maybe. I think I'm going to pull another one. Yes. So you got a yes. I'm going to pull another one. Because I don't know. Love is blind. You can take that or leave it. I don't really feel like that was the one. I want to get the right one. Let's see here. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Well, if that isn't a Capricorn, if that isn't a Capricorn mantra, I don't know what is. It's also, we're still coming off of that Pluto being in our sign for so long. So we've been through the ringer too. We're getting a little taste of Pluto and Aquarius. We're getting a little taste of what the next 20 years are going to be like post, when Pluto goes in there permanently later. So we're coming out of the storm, and sometimes it's hard to believe. It's safe to come out. That's what they're saying. You don't have to hide yourself away. Oh, hey, you got to hide your love away. Hey. Well, I would say don't hide your love away, but that song definitely did come through. All right, everybody. So yeah, that's the reading. Don't forget about the solstice reading. The solstice readings and these ingress readings are really important to you because they definitely affect you because it's the cardinal ingress. And this one is going to be your exact opposite, so there's going to be an opposition. So it's of interest to everybody. It's important to everybody. But, you may want to check it out. If it'll be available for a limited time. So it's like a check-in for the second half of the year, basically. And I appreciate you coming by today. Sure had a nice money reading there, Capricorn. Let's hope, from our ears to whatever, however that goes. Let's make that a reality. I'll take that reality, right? Okay, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Now we're going to move on to the sign of Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius. It's eclipse season. The eclipse is making a square to your sign. Eclipses make things happen. For sure, things are happening for everybody. Changes are happening. Culmination over the last couple of years of the whole pandemic time and everything. This is the ending of that cycle. Pluto still in your sign, dipping in. So big changes afoot for Aquarians all over the place. Also on the 17th, there's going to be a Jupiter square Pluto in your sign. And that, again, ties back, if you didn't watch the intro, that ties back to that time frame of that last new moon eclipse we had on April 20th. So it could be by the 17th, something, especially for Aquarius, is because it's happening with your Pluto's in your sign. Could be something that started or initiated back on the April 20th time frame. You may see it come to full fruition sometime around that 17th of May when we get that Jupiter square Pluto. All right, you've got Three of Rods, the Knight of Cups, and then the Three of Swords. It's funny, I almost said Three of Swords, and then the Three of Swords came out also. You've got 2 threes in the first part. Let's go on to our second, Hanson Roberts. And if you like this Hanson Roberts deck, or that one, there's links in the description if you wanted to get it for yourself. Buy it. That was in that exact same spot in the last reading. Interesting. Oh, 10 of Cups. Nice. Well, I just heard all's well that ends well. you know, and that might be the thing for you guys this month. I mean, we can't ignore the elephant in the room. There is the Three of Swords there, but we go from the Three of Swords, like heartbreak and sorrow, all the way to the Ten of Cups. Complete opposite ends of the spectrum. Three of Swords is that heartbreak, sorrow, upset. I mean, you don't have to know how to read tarot to figure that one out, right? But then the Ten of Cups is the most happiness, the most joy, just the best card, one of the best cards in the deck. It is known as the marriage card as well. So for some of you, maybe you're coming out of a really bad relationship and then you're going to get into find a new love in a really good relationship. This feels real strong, like it's some kind of a love thing. You know, the Knight of Cups could be a water sign energy, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Could be representing that time frame or that eclipse in water in Scorpio. This could be the Scorpio eclipse. But it seems like he's approaching, he or she, it's not going to be anybody or whoever. It's not gender specific. So if you're attracted to men or women, whatever it might be, it would be that for you. But he's kind of creeping up on this. You know, there's this hurt energy, there's this heartache, this hurt feelings. And he's kind of creeping up on it. He's kind of creeping in there and saying, listen, I want to offer some love. I want to help you. I want to heal your wounded heart. I want to offer love. Get your motor running. If you guys can hear those motorcycles, whatever, outside. Hopefully it'll stop in a minute. But, you know, maybe they're getting excited and revved up about you, huh? And, you know, you may be guarding a little bit. Usually Aquariuses aren't so much like that. You're not so guarded. But, you know, you've been hurt. You've been through something here. I'm not going to ignore it. You've been through something. But this person seems to be maybe revving you up or getting you sexually excited. But it's more of an affair of a heart. All of this is more of the affair of the heart. And, you know, ready to love again. Are you ready to love again? If so, there's a beautiful relationship potentially waiting for you. Some of you maybe just had a real bad fight and you're going to make up. You know, maybe somebody had a bad fight and they hurt you and you're going to make up. Ten of Cups is a real solid thing, though. It's a real solid relationship. It's a marriage card, but it also encompasses the whole family. It's not just about a man and a woman, because there's children here. So it's having that strong sense of family, whether it's your actual family or your family of choosing, you know, whatever the case. But feeling love, feeling belonging, feeling part of the group. You know, being in that loving place. And then over here we have the Three of Rods, which this is your ships are coming in. You're having great success. And it looks like there's going to be some money coming your way also. Some financial rewards, some money, some achievement. The 6 is really standing out to me, so it might be something from 6 months ago. It could be on the 6th of the month, the day after the eclipse. It could be 6, like a figure, you know, 60,000, 600,000, 6 million. You know, add the appropriate amount of zeros, whatever the case may be. You know, so it does feel like there's money coming in. It does feel like things are turning for the better. It does feel like you're coming out of a time of stress or sorrow or, you know, anxiety into much better times are coming through. And the eclipse can do that. The eclipse can change things, you know, in an instant. It's squaring your sign. So you will be affected. When it squares your sign, you're absolutely affected. Let's go ahead and get your animal totem for our Aquarius friends, the rat. So somebody might have just done you dirty. That's just flat out what I get on it. I know a lot of people love rats, and great for you, but I don't like rats. And I feel like somebody must have just done you dirty, and they were a dirty rat. This is bringing a different kind of perspective, a different kind of energy. And even if it's not in the context of your romantic relationship, it could be just in friendship or creative partnership or a lot of different things. You can trust this. This isn't going to turn out like the old thing did. This is a different kind of energy. The eclipse is changing gears. The eclipse is changing direction for us all. Okay, rat energy: sneaking, sleeking, hiding, stealing, fear, lack, hoarding, squalor. Surviving in harsh environments. Yeah, some of you may have survived in harsh environments. Release what no longer serves you, plain and simple. Don't get caught in this trap of feeling caught in a trap. Ooh, I can't look out. Ooh, because I love you too much, baby. Well, don't get caught in the trap, though. Can't you see? Okay, let's get the lots of love. What you doing to me? Drama, yeah. Feels like there's been some drama. That's no surprise from these cards here. The new person is not of drama. The new person is of love, of stability, solid foundation, kindness. Good stuff, okay? Promising. Yeah, I would say that relationship is quite promising. And then finally, let's get our lots of proverbs for a little bit of wisdom for Aquarians. And it says, all's well that ends well. Didn't I say that at the very beginning? I think I did. Oh, that is crazy. All's well that ends well. Yeah, there it is. I believe I did say that at the beginning of this reading before I don't even remember that being in the cards. Well, there it is. That's confirmation for sure. All's well that ends well. 10 of Cups. You're heading to some nice happiness. Allow it in. Allow it to happen. Let the past go. This is an old thing. It's not going to happen again. By being in that, thinking about it too much, you can draw it back to you. So you don't want to draw it back to you. There's a new thing here. And money coming too. So really nice setup for you guys, Aquarius. Okay, don't forget about that solstice reading because it's a great reading to do like a mid-year check-in. And there's going to be a lot of things changing between, there's more changes that have come through since the Aries Ingress. So it's not going to be the same as the Aries Ingress because there's all kinds of Jupiter's changed signs, all these different things. The nodes are changing signs. A lot is happening. Okay, so that's it for Aquarius. And now we're going to move on to the sign of Pisces. Hello, Pisces. Eclipse time is here. It's eclipse season. It's going to be an eclipse in Scorpio, which is harmonious to your Pisces energy, actually. So you could actually get some nice, good stuff that could come out of it. I wouldn't be surprised. You could work with the energy. If nothing else, you could definitely work with the energy, okay? So you've got the Knight of Rods, the Hierophant, and the Knight of Swords. So it looks like there's going to be a lot of interaction with people, dealing with people. We'll get into it a little more once I get the last 3 cards from the Hanson Roberts. If you like these decks, I did put links in the description, so you can pick them up for yourself if you're interested. But let's get our Pisces cards for May for Pisces. Pisces season. It's funny I said Pisces season because it's not Pisces season at all. It's Taurus season. I want to see this one last card that's sitting there. Yeah, I'm just going to pull that extra one out for you guys because I just feel like that wanted to come out. Okay, well, we've got this fiery energy, we've got this air energy. Jupiter is still going to be in fire sign energy up until the 16th when it moves from Aries and then it moves into Taurus. So it could be a lot of action and a lot of things happening in the first half of the month. We've got this Knight of Swords. Now there's not a whole lot of air energy around, and really any that I can think of off the top. I mean, we will have some air moon. I almost wanted to say Libra moon, but let me just go ahead and look. Let's see when we're going to have air sign moons in the time of May. So I've got my May calendar. The Libra moon, which I wanted to say, is right off the bat. The 2nd and the 3rd is Libra moon. But there's also going to be air sign moon on the 3rd and 4th. I mean 11th and 12th, excuse me. And then we're going to have another air sign energy moon here on the 20th and 21st. And then we're going to have, is that it? No, the 30th and 31st will also have air sign moon again. So it could be during one of those times, those dates I just pointed out, but it could be just the messenger. The air sign is the messenger, the news is coming, and some bigger group you're going to be involved with. This is not off on your own. This is part of a bigger group, a bigger organization that's going to help you, that has been guided to you. You've been dreaming, you've been visualizing. You're a very dreamy sign anyway, Pisces. You're totally dreamy. And the universe has heard you. You're co-creating with the universe. You're collaborating with the universe. The universe and your guides and angels are putting stuff together here. They're putting things together to get you to this bigger picture, this bigger dream that's going to involve a bigger group of people that you're going to be involved with. And these two could also just be a part of that bigger group of people that you're involved with. There's no gender, but they're showing as males. You know, we might be in a male-dominated field for some, but they're just people. They're fire energy, air energy, which again, neither is really your jam. You're watery, and water goes with earth. But it's a fit nonetheless. There's definitely some kind of new opportunity for money showing up here. You got that beautiful Ace of Pentacles showing up here. New beginning in money, new offer of a job. This is cool too, because this is actually one card that I use for you, and it's communing with spirit. And these three together, it's just like you're so in the zone. Even if you're not seeing evidence of it in the real world yet, if you haven't thus far, keep doing that spiritual work. Keep doing that visualizing, that creating, because the universe does hear you. The universe is working with you. And there is a new beginning in money. It's a new beginning in money, but it's also earth energy. It doesn't necessarily have to be tied to money particularly. It can just be, it's a manifesting in the earth plane. Ace of Pentacles is something that's manifesting in the earth plane. After you've been doing your spiritual work, you've been visualizing, you've been dreaming, you've been communing with spirit. That eclipse, that lunar eclipse, is a very powerful time to do that kind of work, to kind of tune into that and get in that zone and make that connection with spirit and manifest something into the earth plane that maybe it gives you money, but maybe it just gives you security, or maybe it's just like, it feels like, wow, I manifested that. Like, it's almost like, wow, you can't believe it. Like, it's so cool. That's exactly what I've been dreaming of. It's the act of, the guys want to talk about, though, it's coming back, it's coming through with, it's the act of asking and receiving. So you're asking, but you're listening. This card is definitely of listening. This is the card of visualizing it and asking for it. This is the card of spirit hearing it and putting together a plan or a pathway for you to travel to get this, what you're asking for. And this is you listening. But Pisces, you're good at that. You're good at listening to spirit. You have that innate ability to do that, just that, you know. Oh, animal totem. I almost forgot. Before we do that, let's do the animal totem. Ooh, it's a piece of fuzz that was in my... I thought it was a bug or something. Ah! Not a bug. Just a... I just heard just a little pinprick. There'll be more. But you may feel a little sick. It's comfortably numb. Just a little pinprick. That'll keep you going for the pain. Come on, it's time to go. I'm singing, I know I'm singing all different verses, not in order. But let's get your animal totem for Pisces. The frog. Changing by leaps and bounds with the frog energy. Jumping from one thing to another. Things showing up, manifesting, and it's transformation. Frog is a major card of transformation also. Frog energy goes through all those, you know, it's the tadpole and the newt and whatever, and then it finally comes. This is the final, you know, being where you want to be, and the frog. Rainmaker, alchemist, fertility, transformation, metamorphosis, safe passage to the netherworld. The final stages of growth, you have arrived. Yeah, you could be really manifesting something really big, Pisces. Maybe even something you've been working on for a long time. Okay, lots of love for the Pisces. Beautiful. I like that. I'm hearing that Cornell song. It's my time to throw the next stone. Well, I call you beautiful. I call it all. Oh, that's my phone is nearby. What the hell is buzzing? And I'm talking about I'll call you and my phone just buzzed me. You might get a phone call. That's a good tune. You know what that song is about? I just got chilled. Look at, I don't know, you can see my arm is aflame with goosebumps. But, you know, when that song is about, it's about not talking smack about your ex or somebody that you know, being positive. Because he's like, he says, well, if it's my turn, when it's my turn to throw the next stone, I'll call you beautiful. If I call it all. But that's the message of that song. Really good one. Because so many people, especially now with social media, it's so easy for people to just be pissy and post all these negative stuff. I just hate that shit. Okay, yes, no, maybe. Pisces. Negative. Well, depends on what, you know, what you're asking. So you gotta know on that, but I wouldn't base my life choices on it. These lots too are available, and they're really fun to play around with. You just kind of reach in and grab out one at a time. So what's the message for our Pisces? A bit of wisdom here. Make hay while the sun shines. Yeah, so things are, you know, things are being presented. I know Pisces, you like to, you're kind of like, you're not real action oriented, but all the time. But some of you might have Aries in your chart. Here's the thing: if you're Pisces, you could have Aries in your chart, and you could have Aquarius in your chart. Very often, you'll have the neighboring sign. You'll have a couple of personal planets in those signs. So, you know, harness that fire energy if you can. Make hay while the sun shines. Things are manifesting. Whatever this is, don't just say, oh, that's cool, and go back to your dream world. You know, it's like, hey, something's manifesting. Let's take it and run with it. Let's take a leap. All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Don't forget about the solstice reading. That's the next astrology reading that's coming up for the second half of the year. A lot of things have changed since the Aries Ingress by that time, so there's a lot more to talk about. This is a major year of astrology, big time. So thanks for everybody for tuning in. Have the best month ever. Remember, you are love and beauty incarnate, and we'll talk again soon.